the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi Libra, and welcome back to Pure Guidance. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll be coming back to the bottom two decks that I'm removing towards the end of the reading, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and begin. I've already meditated on your energy, as well as pre-shuffled all the decks we'll be using during the reading. So let's see what the messages are. The Queen of Cups as your very first card out. Queen of Cups brings with her the importance of intuition and knowledge, to use your inner guidance to open up and find answers all the way from within. These answers can come to you through your dreams, through symbolism, through the act of, seeing something, perhaps something that's very rare to you, like seeing an animal or seeing something in the sidelines, hearing a song where the lyrics just stand out, all of it bringing a very important meaning to you into your life, and perhaps almost answering an important question that may have been at heart for you. The Queen of Cups brings with her a strong intuition, so this is a time to tune in and take a deep dive towards what your heart says. It's not really about the facts right now for you, which is interesting. I mean, Libra is a sign of focusing on the facts, on the details, on, the particulars of the situation as opposed to the emotions of the situation. So for the Queen of Cups to be your first card out, it's actually quite interesting to see this. The Nine of Wands as the next card. It's important to have faith during this time period, specifically if you have had previous struggles. And this could be in relation to, I'm getting it's a decision that you may have been trying to make, or a place you may have been trying to get. You have to have faith, and that change will then come. Uranus is still in Taurus, so that is an important aspect that needs to be taken into account right now. Anything is possible, any sort of change can happen, and things are actually starting to open up in October. So 8 of Pentacles indicating an important message here where things are starting to open up for you. This can happen as early as October 1st, where we have, of course, the sun is in your sign, and we have a full moon in Aries, which brings a lot of attention, a lot of focus towards self-awareness, self-image, recognition, as well as the part that you play and the bigger picture surrounding that. So this could be at work, this could be within your family, your friends. So along those lines, and the full moon is meant to maximize your potential and bring in more opportunities and open up a new chapter here for you. And this is a very, very promising card overall. And I feel like these are kind of theming up together. So what we're going to do is just put them on the side. Hold on, let's keep them in clear view for you. Okay, King of Wands. Yeah, it is a decision. It seems to be like a very important topic around the month of October, and this can start as early as September for you. Could have happened during the Pisces full moon that was in September, which may have brought about some sort of like a key message, a keynote as to what it is you wish to kind of, how you wish to move forward could have come about. But it looks like it goes all the way until October for you to have to make the decision. It doesn't happen as early as September here for you. So keeping that in mind, perhaps, going closer towards your birthday, that could be very important as well. P.S. Happy birthday to all of you out there. I usually say it towards, like right away in the beginning of the reading, but I'm getting this really, really strong energy here for you, and it's very focused. So I was just very much consumed by this energy and the cards here that are coming out. So let's see. King of Wands, as I mentioned, it's in regards to a very important decision. And again, key aspects will be at play here specifically because the sun is in your sign right now, Libra. And so what that's going to do is bring about a lot of a deeper understanding and knowledge, okay, in regards to what it is you're wanting. And then there's this change that we're kind of foreseeing here for you, and a lot of opportunities opening up, and you're able to look at them in a way so as to being like, okay, got it, and this is what I'm going to do with it. King of Wands, one more thing to note about this, there's a lot of fire within this card. That's what the wands indicate. And then we, also have this Knight of Wands that kind of followed suit along with some other cards here, which we're going to go into in just a second. But what I want to point out is that the full moon happening in Aries, October 1st, that is happening in a fire sign. So that brings in a lot of this particular fire energy for you, Libra, which you can hopefully embrace. I mean, there's this beautiful connection that happens with every full moon. There's a connection, especially when the sun is in your sign and it's happening, with your polar opposite. There's this deepening, an understanding that takes place, and you gain depth, and you're able to interact with this beautiful energy in a way so as to you can take the best out of it. And the best thing that can happen here for you is a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of enigma being present here, and a lot of drive and focus towards what it is you're wanting. So yes, opportunities are opening up here for you in the beginning, perhaps as soon as late September, and you can see them and appreciate them for what they are. And then there's this sudden force, there's a sudden drive here for you that takes you forward. That takes you forward into the having and the wanting and even the chasing down of, I want this and I want this now. And that's what we're seeing with the cards here. There is an extreme gain in momentum for one with the Knight of Wands. There's this great momentum, and you're able to almost, October's gonna be a very, very active month here for you. A lot is happening from the very beginning, and it's about wanting, it's about having what you feel you deserve, having what you feel is the right next step to take. And there's a lot of progress happening in this area as well, and we can see this being in the area of your finances for one, and the business, career aspects, even education, somewhere along those lines as well. So let's focus on relationships in the first half of the month. And then let's see where we're gonna, how this is, okay. Yeah, I guess this is why I said the first half of the month, because then there's an opening here for you, which there's a deeper, greater focus on relationships the second half of the month, okay? So the first half is more about your business and finances and how to make them better. And then there's a movement and a shift towards what we're seeing here is relationships. There's a few more cards I still have here. So the Chariot indicating a great momentum within the scope of business, okay? Whatever that may be for you. And that's a very important, it's a significant time here. And there might be, there's a lot of, sweetness during the beginning, the first half of the month where, like I said, opportunities are opening up. But it's also a month of heavy emotions. So you just want to kind of, have that there with the Queen of Cups showing in the way she did as well. There is that focus on emotional. So there's an emotional understanding of what it is that needs to be done. There's an emotional awakening towards the opportunities that are going to open up here for you, and how you will kind of embrace them. And, your decision making is going to be stellar, of course. It's your birthday month. Of course, you're going to see right through things. It's not supposed to be difficult for you. But for some, that might be the case, especially if you're wanting something a little too much. Okay? If you're wanting something a little too much, it indicates attachment. And that's something that we need to really just, understand that might be the case. And if so, dealing with it in a different way than you are doing it right now. Okay, just tackling things a little bit with a more discernment, okay? Taking a step back if you feel a bit too attached towards the idea, towards the having of something. Okay, and then we have, towards the other half of the month, you can say, can happen as early as October 13th, because the Sun in Libra is going to be opposing Mars, which will be in Aries, and that's the time where relationships are kind of magnified, okay? And that particular aspect can feel a little bit heavy. There may be a revisit from the past. Okay, this could be a past relationship, a person you may have been with. It could be an old friend, someone kind of coming into your reading here for you. Could be, sure, could be the Chariot, which is indicating the zodiac sign of Cancer. If it's not Cancer, it could be another water sign such as Pisces or Scorpio as well. But focusing on the fact that it might be a water sign or someone with a lot of water placement in their natal chart. Okay, someone with, who comes across as very just goes with the flow. Someone who's very adept to everything that is happening, who's present and yet absent enough, and they have this like mystical quality about them. Someone who might be just, is very caring and understanding. So those are the kind of personality traits that you're able to see with this particular person if they are to come into your life and since they are coming into your reading here. So there is that sweet aspect. It might be a little confusing. It might be a little emotional. There might be a little bit of a roller coaster involved here. But there is the coming together. For those of you who may have been waiting for someone, especially if you're dealing with a Cancer, doesn't have to be, could be another earth sign or fire sign as well. There are certain aspects of that in the reading here for you, that there is the coming together of something. So if you're dealing with someone else, there is a past topic at play here, something that could have come up but never really reached a final say, a final word. So now we see you coming together with them in this beautiful harmony, and that's what the Two of Cups is indicating here for us. Okay, so there is a new moon in your sign, and that's going to happen October 16th. This is a time, again, where it's really focused on relationships, because we do have Venus in Virgo pretty much throughout the month, October, the month of October. And so, of course, there's that focus on relationships. And of course, every time we see these cups and the way they come up, and especially when we have the Two of Cups, there is a focus on, if it could be your closest friend, it could be your partner, it could be a significant other, it could be the calling in, of your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever the situation might be. So yes, we are seeing all those kind of factors coming into play here, and that new moon is a beautiful time where you can strengthen the current relationship or bring in a relationship that you may have been waiting for or seeking for a while now. Right, new moon are meant for setting your intentions, making a wish, specifically in, during your birthday season. You could be doing this every single day for the month, and it can really do wonders for you because you have this beautiful magnetic energy that's really just wanting to create things for you. So the more you put out there, the more you will then receive, but you have to, of course, believe. And that is the Fool card here for you, representing an important time to focus in on your belief system, okay? To focus in on having faith, persevering, right? Do not let anything stop you or fool you from moving forward or moving towards the direction of your dreams and paying specific attention towards your intuition. That's kind of what we saw here when we saw the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, important concept that's going to last throughout the month, which is focusing on your intuition and what your heart's saying, putting the facts aside. The facts might say otherwise, okay? They might say other things, and they might not be able to allow you to put the pieces together towards the truth of the situation, towards the reality of the situation. And so what you need to do, the cards are saying, and you're going to have all this energy here as well. Your intuition is really, really strong. So allowing yourself to focus in on this and listening, specifically during a time when Neptune and Pisces will be opposing, Venus and Virgo. This is around October 18th, but the energies last days before and days after as well. And that can cause this place of, a little bit of confusion, a little bit of uncertainty of where things are going, not knowing. And that's when you're going to have to take that leap of faith with yourself, with your higher self, with the universe, and what is being said to you. The butterfly representing the signs are all around you. The light load indicating that there is some baggage you're going to have to leave behind and kind of just move past, and keep on persevering though. Don't let go of anything, but do let go of your baggage that you may be carrying from the past, specifically if it's something to do with, like, the Six of Cups came out, right? So it's about being very present in the moment as opposed to being lost in the past or too focused on the future. It's about being one with yourself right here, right now. This is the moment that you're experiencing, and it's important for you to be as present as you can be. And that is how you can avoid loss of direction or uncertainty, or when logic is pulling you towards one place and your intuition saying something else. There is that balance that you have to try and find, and that's what the cards are really, really focusing in on here for you, is finding that balance. And being Libra, you know ultimately how to, have that beautiful balance, right? You know how to juggle between things and come on top no matter what. That is something that you're known to be good at. You're good at reasoning, you're good with being logical, but right now the challenging aspect of the month will be to balance these things out with your intuition, because these two things can go separate ways. So the good part, if you look at this as an opportunity, is that you will get to learn and grow from everything that's about to happen during this month, and then come on top of it and make the most of it, and then you will be a master with this particular theme. Not everyone can do that. Some people are really strongly in tune with their mind, and it's just all about being very reasonable, very logical, very down to earth. Let's not dream up about things. Let's see, these are the facts and this is how I'm going to deal with it. Whereas there's others, who are just very driven by emotion. They're driven by their intuition. They're like, no, I have a feeling like we have to turn right here. I know the map might be saying left, but I think we're going to save time if we go right. And turns out you made the right call, because when you looked at Google Maps, left was saying there is a traffic jam. And so had you gone that way, it would have been another hour or two before you reached your final destination. But you went right instead. You got to enjoy a beautiful view. Sure, the road was a little slower, but it was actually faster because you never got stuck in that traffic. And going this way, you saved, half an hour. Something along those lines. So that's what we're seeing here. Having faith is important. The Hierophant coming up here as well. It's, it's a representation of higher power. It's the universe. It's God. So it's all these things, and it's everything. The Hierophant represents everything. So having trust and knowing that everything is here for you and guiding you and helping you move forward is an important aspect right now. Of course, this card can also indicate that there might be a leap of faith that you're having to take, perhaps with a Taurus in your life. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So I think we're going to leave it at that. If you have any particular questions, if there is a Taurus in your life and you're trying to understand as to, am I going to take that leap of faith, but what are they actually thinking, or, having a difficult time understanding them, I would recommend, perhaps you can always get the consciousness spread on my website, and it allows clarity to come in then, because what I'm seeing here is a little bit of difficulty moving forward. There's a lot of emphasis on persevering and faith and letting go of resentment, letting go of emotional baggage of the past, and then moving forward past it swiftly. Right? There is that focus, so perhaps that's something that can help you if you need that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at under the deck here for you. And another thing I'd like to quickly mention here is that there is another full moon in the month of October, and that's going to happen October 31st on Halloween. And happy Halloween to everyone as well. I tried to have this theme going on here for the month of October, a little bit of a fall theme, a little bit of Halloween, just with the colors, right? So, okay, October 31st, there is going to be a full moon. Sun's going to be in Scorpio, and the full moon is going to be in Taurus. Another important month. Oh my goodness, I just saw this. You're under the deck. All right, we'll take a look at this in just a second. But yes, there is going to be a beautiful, it's supposed to be a blue moon in October. The second moon, of course, that's the second full moon, so it's a special month here. And it's important, it's supposed to bring across a little bit of mysticism with it, because that is a Scorpio trait, but the fact that it's in Taurus, it's going to be very interesting, because the two signs are, I mean, they do clash, but in a beautiful way. So that could be a very important time. More information along that will be in the next reading, of course, a bit more focused on that. But it's a time of enchantment. It's a time where I also feel like pointing out, I mean, the Hierophant came up for you as your last card, and there's a full moon in Taurus that's going to happen October 31st. It might be a very important time for you to navigate through the emotional depth. I mean, this is kind of where the cups came in, the relationship aspect came in towards the other half of your reading, indicating this could be a result of the Scorpio energy that's going to take over the other half of the month. Scorpio is a water sign, and there is an emphasis on relationships and passion, and it explores other aspects of your life. And with the Taurus full moon, there's going to be a focus on your personal life and your relationships. And there might be a point where you might have to, okay, you know what? Let's clarify this after we do Under the Deck, because I feel like we should. There might come, something might happen, or something might come out into the open where you're just going to have to trust your partner, for example, or trust your friend, no matter what happens, and have faith in how strong your relationship is, and knowing that it can withstand anything. And if it can't, that's a sign, right? So look for signs. Okay, we'll clarify this a little bit later. Let's take a look at Under the Deck cards here for you. We have the Justice card. Important. It represents your zodiac sign, Libra. And the Justice card indicates the fact that it's, under the deck here is that there's a huge focus on knowing yourself and understanding yourself and reaching depths of your own awakening of spirituality and understanding things under a different light, with a different perspective, with a different set of glasses, you can say. And so the fact that this card is here, there is, exploring yourself in a different way. Okay, so let's, I like that. Look at that. So first off, she's holding a sword, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So it's a double-edged sword. What does that mean? It means that you see both sides of the argument. You understand all angles of the situation, and then you're able to reason out that logic. This is the balance that I was referring to earlier as we were talking about that beautiful balance that you're able to bring in during the month of October between your emotions, your emotions, and then your logic, your thought power, and the facts of the situation. And that is what we're seeing. There is this want, a drive. It's under the deck, meaning that it's coming from within, it's coming from spirit, however you like to put it. A want to know the truth of the situation in every aspect, not just the facts, but the emotions of it, the reality of it, what is my gut saying about this, and understanding that. So that's really interesting. We also have the Hermit and the Eight of Cups. The answers will definitely come from within, okay? It might get a little emotional, like I said earlier. We are seeing that with the Eight of Cups, and it looks like you might be distant from other people and holding back, sharing those emotions from other people, and that's okay. It's okay to do that right now, because this is your time. And you get to spend this time with yourself if that is what you want. You don't have to share every single thing with every single person. Perhaps this is a journey within yourself, and there's forward movement within you. right? It's a spiritual awakening that we're seeing here, and a return of balance. And that balance moves you forward and allows you to be the magician of the situation, allows you to be the creator that you are, allows you to navigate through the hardest or the difficult of most situations, or the most emotional of situations. The ultimate power is returned to you in the month of October. There's greater clarity with the facts of the situation. There's a greater understanding with the depths of the matter, with your emotions, and things are working out. So overall in your reading, 1, opportunities open up in the area of work and career. There's opening, and there's something that you may have believed in for a long time, and now you're going to perhaps see it come to fruition towards the second full moon of the month, October 31st. Okay. The other aspect is you're definitely gaining momentum in your life. There's increase of speed, there's greater enthusiasm, and there might be an important decision you're having to make, and you will be able to make during this month as well. So those are all the cards that we have here for you. Let's go ahead and clarify what I talked about earlier. Towards the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the Fool card, and the Hierophant here. There's something I feel like that needs to be addressed. Temperance. Interesting. Temperance is also a card for Sagittarius. For those of you, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius in this situation, then, well, you know exactly what this card is trying to say here. For others of you, this particular card, the card of Temperance, you know, it's interesting. It's also a card where time stands still, and it's a perfect representation, and especially when it's clarifying, you know, the 6 of Cups energy. It's magnifying the message that's coming across with the 6 of Cups, and it's about being present in the moment, being fluid enough to understand the ins and outs, having the wisdom of balance. So interesting, right? Like, it's a month that is very much focused on balance, okay? Specifically for you. It's also about following the natural pace, and it's about divine timing. It's about harmonious equilibrium. And so, yes, we're seeing something along the lines of relationship and increased chemistry, increased understanding. There might be a reconciliation at play here, compromise, but do not compromise, of course. It may have been something, a topic of the past that's being brought about. But overall, you know, you're gaining depth, like I said, like there's increased knowledge, and it's about increasing and the balance between, of course, your subconscious mind and conscious mind. And therefore, knowing where to go with things. Okay, so we're going to stop there with that. I think that clarifies that enough. And if you have more questions, you can always get a separate reading. You can check out my website at IamPureGuidance.com. There's so many different things that you can do over there in terms of the kind of readings that you can order. You can also get, you know, if you really, really need something right away, I also offer, 12-hour services where I get back with an email. I can even do it within the hour. If I have access to my email at the time and I see it right away, I get back to you right away as well. So we're gonna move forward with the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. Let's top off this beautiful reading and see what kind of wholesome energy and message we have here for you, with this being, you know, cards from the universe, or cards from the universe. We have here, okay, all right. We have here the Sacred Pool. This is beautiful. It is talking about, under the deck cards here for you, Sacred Pool, understanding, reflecting on what you believe, what you want, giving yourself enough time, space, and energy to perhaps meditate or do yoga, to quiet your mind enough, align with yourself enough to let the universe then give you and show you what you're asking for. It can come in terms of, if you asked a question or if you're praying for something, the universe will then reflect it right back to you and show it to you. So we'll read the description out in just a second. The other card that came out here for you is movement, and we saw a lot of movement in your overall reading. The energy here is that of movement, so you are definitely moving forward, moving somewhere else, perhaps literally, moving jobs even, right? Moving homes, whatever this might be for you. We saw a lot of movement in your overall reading, starting with the 8 of Pentacles. We saw the Knight of Wands, we saw the Chariot, and so it's kind of just affirming that message here for you. or confirming, however you want to put that. So, Sacred Pool, the number 47. Let's read out the description quickly here. Of course, you can forward to the next deck that I'll be doing, if that is what you want to do, in just a moment. So, Sacred Pool, the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. Now, these are the topics that also came up earlier here in your reading. Hi there, sorry, so my camera paused, so I'm sorry if I repeat any messages, but what I was saying is the topics of self-love and self-esteem came out earlier in your reading as well. And yes, there is a huge focus on you, as you were the first primary card under the deck here for you. And so, oh my goodness, so we are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. This message came up during your reading too. So this is the time to reflect by the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but celebrated. See the love within you, and you know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. And then we have a card of movement, the number 28, perhaps moving so fast at speeds that, you can't recognize almost. You are in a time of positive forward motion, Libra. This is the time for positive momentum as you come out of period of restriction. Again, October is a month where there's a bit more freedom, and specifically the energy focusing on the opening of something. So you're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward, and we saw that with the Knight of Wands. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. We saw that with the beautiful 8 of Pentacles earlier as well. So, movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear, so let go and move forward. Let us complement this beautiful reading with affirmations. I love the messages here for you, Libra. They're so clear, so direct. I hope this reading has, been helpful to you. Journey, wow. It's complementing the Hermit beautifully as well. And of course the Chariot, that movement, that forward movement, right? Focusing on how far you have come, not how far you have to go. You will find help in unexpected places. How beautiful is that? So let's put that aside and read out the affirmations that come with the card. Journey. I haven't seen this card for a while, actually. So beautiful, isn't it? And notice that full moon in the backdrop. So focus on October 1st, October 31st, the starting of the month and the end of the month. And let October itself also be a journey for you. I feel like it's going to take this beautiful leap here, perhaps even a quantum leap. We saw with the Fool card as well, right there. And not just that there's momentum, but you're gaining so much progress within October. It's going to be remarkable, hopefully, for many of you. Of course, it's a general reading. It's not going to apply to everyone, so do take these messages with a grain of salt. So, journey. I am beautiful, courageous traveler on a journey toward ultimate happiness. Today, I am grateful for how far I have come and how much I've been given. I am grateful for the companions I find along the trail. I will remember that I have been placed on this earth to discover what I really want to do and to be true to myself. I will find my own way and I will live my dream. And there we have it. Thank you so much for tuning in, Libra. Wishing you a happy, happy birthday once again. If you have specific messages, if you'd like to go more into depth with any of these themes that kind of came up here, you can always check out my website again at IamPureGuidance.com, and I'll be more than happy to tap into your energy and see where things are headed. Thank you so much, and take care. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am Pure Guidance.